Hello receiving teachers. Our hints and tips for lesson number 101 is about algebraic expressions. Now we are going to solve algebraic expressions using tower totals. Now on the board, I have an example of a tower total. Now we are going to find the value of n. So firstly, we are going to use the second tier, which is 12 plus 4 plus n to form an expression. So 12 plus 4 plus n, which is the expression. So we collect the like terms, 12 plus 4, which is 16 plus n. Now we then form an equation using the letter n. So 16 plus n is equal to 21. Now we will solve this equation. 16 plus n is equal to 21. We remove 16 from both sides. So 16 minus 16 plus n is equal to 21 minus 16. So we cross off 16. We have n is equal to 5. So the value of n is 5. Now let's see if the value of n is 5 by using the tower total. So 8, 4, and 5. 8 plus 4 is 12. 4 plus 5 is 9. So 12 plus 9 is 21. So with that, that's an example of solving algebraic expressions using tower totals. With that, let's move on to our lesson for today. Hello 7Es, receiving students and teachers. Thank you, you may sit down. All right, 7Es and receiving students, in our previous lesson, I reminded you to prepare cards, small flashcards with numbers 1 up to 100, 1 up to 100, and NY and letters NY and X. But in today's lesson, we won't be using NY and X, the letters. We'll just concentrate on the numbers 1 up to 100. So I hope you have prepared your small flashcards for numbers 1 up to 100, because we will be using those numbers in our learning activity in today's lesson. All right, our lesson for today, receiving students and 7Es, is on using algebraic expression, lesson number 101. I'd like you to take your cards out, all right? I hope you have them in order. You can have 1 up to 10, 1 up to 10, 11 up to 20, so that you won't look for the numbers, all right? They should be in order or in sets. All right, on the PowerPoint, I have an example of a tower total. I'd like you to take out the numbers 6, 3, and 8, receiving students. 6, 3, and 8, and I'd like you to place them on the table, right? Make sure that your table is clear. All right, have you done that? So you have the numbers 6, 3, and 8. Now here we're going to make a tower total. out of these three numbers here, 6, 3, and 8. So a tower total meaning that you are going to add these numbers here to come up with a total. All right, who can tell me what will go after below 6 and 3? Receiving students? What number will go at the bottom of 6 and 3? Okay, 9. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. All right? What number will come here? Okay, why? 3 plus 8 is equal to 11. Okay. Now what number will come at the bottom? 20. All right, why 20? 9. Okay, 9 plus 11, which is 20. So I hope you have formed a tower total from your cards, receiving students and 7Es, like what I have up here on the board. Okay, so here we have formed a tower total, but in this case we are moving from top to bottom, and then we come up with our total. So 6 plus 3 is 9, 3 plus 8 is 11, and then you go to the second line, 9 plus 11 is 20. Okay, now let's look at another example, 7Es and receiving students. Okay, this time I'd like you to take out numbers 12, 13, and 14. Receiving students, take out the numbers 12, 13, and 14. And I want you to form your tower totals out of those three numbers, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, 12, 13, and 14 receiving students. I hope you have come up with your tower total. Okay, good, finished. Okay, receiving students, I hope you have finished. All right, what should be in the second line? The two numbers in the second line? 25, 27. So remember, you are adding here, you're trying to find the total. 12 plus 13 is 25. 13 plus 14 is 27. And then you add these two numbers to get your total. 25 plus 27 is 52. Okay? Okay, last one, receiving students and 7Es. 19, 20, and 4. 19, 20, and 4. Okay, receiving students. 19, 20, and 4. Okay, very good. Receiving students, you can see from the screen your answers. 19, 20, and 4. Okay, you have formed your tower total. The second line, what are the two numbers? 39 and 24 and 63. Okay. All right, very good. Now, for now, looks like you're going to put those numbers away first, your number cards. You put them away first, and we're going to look at a different learning activity this time. All right, this time we're going to use letters. All right, we're going to use letters. So you can put away those cards, and we'll just look at one example of a tower total with letters used. So, okay, 7Es and receiving students, I have this different learning activity here. All right, and the first line, or we can say tire, T-I-E-R, and 34 and 15. Okay, who can tell me what will go in the second line or the second tire? N, 34, and 15. This time I have one letter. Madeline? Receiving students, tell your teacher.
N plus 34.
All right, N plus 34. Okay. We'll put N plus 34 here in the first box, second line. Okay, what will go here in the second box? 49. Okay, 49. All right. Why 49? Okay, 34 plus 15 is 49. Okay, good. Oh, before that, we have 100 here at the bottom. The total is already given, but I don't have 100, so I'll just write it down. All right, the total has already been given, 100. Okay? But here I have n plus 34 and 49 and 100. This is the total. So I have an n here. What am I going to do? Receiving students? Who can tell me what are we going to do? What are we going to do now? Because we have a n here, that means we have to find the value of n, all right? So, receiving students, 7 is, any idea? Sorry. Okay, Emmanuel?
Add together the second tire and minus by 100. Then you will get the n equation.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. All right. Firstly, all right, you already know the tower total. Okay, you already know the tower total. But this time, you have to find the value of n because there's a letter in there. So, you are going to form an expression, all right? So, Emmanuel said we are going to add the two, or the second tire, I mean the second line, or the two numbers, the numbers here in the second tire, or second line. So, n plus 34 plus 49, let's form an expression. N plus 34 plus 49, okay? Now remember that total is 100. So you can say equals 100. N plus 34 plus 49 is equal to 100. Now what are you going to do the next step? You're going to add the two numbers first. Two numbers which are 34 and 49. So you can say n plus 83. Okay, n plus 83 is equal to 100. Now what's the next step that you are going to do? Okay, good. Receiving students? You are going to subtract, all right? You're going to subtract what? 83. Okay, so that n is by itself. So that in order to find the value of n, you remove 83. So you're going to subtract 83 only on one side? Or both sides? No, I'm saying if you subtract 83 here, are you also going to subtract 83 here? Yes. So this is what I mean. N plus 83 minus 83 is equal to 100 minus 83. So why I say this? So that you cross it out and it's 0 and n is by itself. So you see n is equal to 17. Okay? This is what I meant here. Okay, 7 is and receiving students. So you cross this one off so that you have n on its own. So the value of n is 17. So if you try and add 17 plus 34, right? Plus 49. Will it give you 100? Yes. Just to confirm your answer. Because value of n is 17. So let's try the box this way. So value of n is 17. So let's try 17 plus 34 plus 15. Because here, n, remember, so we want to confirm if it's correct. The total is 100. So 17 plus 34?
51.
17 plus 34 is 51. Okay, let's try. 51. What's 34 plus 15?
49.
49. Okay, what's 51 plus 49? 100. So are we correct? Our value, yes. So you just confirm to check. Anyway, so that's your learning activity with a letter, all right, using letters. Okay, now for your exercise, 7Es and receiving students, just a simple exercise. You can draw this in your exercise books, or you can use your write in your workbooks. Exercise 1B, complete these towers to find the tower totals. That's 1B, receiving students. You can use your workbooks, or you can use your exercise books to draw these tower totals. That's for 1B. I'd like you to copy this one down quickly so we can go to the next exercise. Okay, that's 1B. You're going to do 1B, next one, 1D, 1B and D. 1B and 1D, receiving students, 7Es. And you are going to do question number 2. Question number 2, you are going to do A and C, okay? Question number 2, you will do A and C. Okay, so you should be doing your exercise now. You can work in groups to complete your activity. Exercise 1, B and D, and exercise 2, A and C. Okay, 1B and D for exercise 1 should be okay. Should be simple. Only 2A and C, yeah. Only 2A and C. Okay, who's finished with 1B?
Number 68. Yeah, 68.
That's one number 1. Wait, I don't have a pen. Wait.
Exercise 2 Exercise 2.
38 plus 33. 8 plus 3. 11. But you don't show your working out here. How did you get X? 11, okay.
8 plus 6. 8 plus 6.
Is this a 6? Okay. We're going to correct our answers. Like I said, for question number 1, it's very simple. You're just dealing with numbers. You are adding. You're just looking for the total. But it's only question 2, 2A and D. Okay, the first one, 1B. What goes in the second tire? Receiving students? The first box here, what goes in here? 18 plus 34 is 52. 5, 2. What goes in the second one? 50. Okay. 34 plus 16, which is 50. 50. What goes here? 102. Okay. Receiving students, you should have that for 1B. Okay, good. D. For D, what goes in the second box? 15. Why 15? 20 plus 15 is 35. Okay. Or you can say 35 minus 20 gives you 15. All right. What goes here? 33. 15 plus 18 is 33. And last one? 30. Okay. Okay, who'd like to come up and do A, 2A? Receiving students, you can go up to the board and do the working out for 2A. Now remember our working out that we did, receiving students and 7Es up here on the board. You should follow this type of working out. Or if you have a different working out, it's okay. You come and put it up. Okay, Melvin. Your X is like a times sign. Oh, same with this one. Okay, I want you to cross-check your answers with Melvin's working out here. You're working out with his working out. Okay, thank you, Melvin. All right, this is Melvin's answer, and he's working out. 7 is. Who's got a different answer? Okay, anyone who would like to make a correction here? 7 is receiving students. Okay, remember, when you get your answer, you must always go back and confirm, cross-check. So his value of X is 14. So 3 plus 8 is 11 plus 14. Okay, Donald? Okay, this is Donald's working out here. 3 plus 8, which is 11. 11 plus 8 plus X is equal to 25, okay? So here, this is not the same as this, it's not being done here, all right? You should write as 11 plus 8 plus X is equal to 25. So you add this to 11 plus 8 is 19. 19 plus X is equal to 25. Now what are you going to do? You are going to subtract 19 from both sides. Receiving students and 70s, in order to leave the X on its own. So 19 minus 19 is 0, and you leave X on its own. So you should have something like this. 19 minus 19 plus X is equal to 25 minus 19. Okay, which is equal to x is equal to 6. So here you cross off and you have x on its own. Okay? 7 is, are we concentrating? Receiving students? That's how you find the value of x. All right. Receiving students will correct the next exercise in our next lesson, okay? So I'd like you to do that for homework, please. Exercise B, sorry, not exercise B, exercise C. Receiving students and 7Es. And I want you to try and follow this same working out to get the value of n. Is that clear? Receiving students and 7Es, that has brought us to the end of our lesson. Remember your homework, please. Exercise 2C. That's your homework, and the first thing we'll correct it in our next lesson. All right? Our key phrase for today's lesson is tower totals. Okay. In our next lesson, we'll be looking at algebraic operations, lesson number 102. Okay, that has brought us to the end of our lesson. Thank you, 7Es and receiving students, for your participation. You should follow this type of working out. Or if you have a different working out, it's okay. You come and put up. Okay, Melvin? Your X is like a times sign. Oh, same with this one. Okay, I want you to cross-check your answers with Melvin's working out here. You're working out with his working out. Okay, thank you, Melvin. All right.